Show me the man, I'm going to find you the crime.
In other words, you show me the man, and guess what? I'll find the crime.
That is something that happens in communist USSR. It was, of course, Joseph Stalin who said, show me the man and I will show you the crime.
Ooh, I like history and that sounds fun. Okay, TD, show me the man, bring him up. Let's see what he looks like and we'll see if I can do what Joseph Stalin, I guess, was capable of doing. What does he look like? Oh, that's the man. Okay, I'm gonna say that the crime is falsifying business records in the first degree. To be fair, I wasn't the first person to say that. Sources close to the investigation say that that is one of the many things he will be charged with come tomorrow. And that is a felony in New York State. Now, it is possible that after all of this hullabaloo, he would be hauled in tomorrow and literally dozens of misdemeanors would be laid on his lap. I guess that is possible. I don't think most people expect that. They were expecting that if you're gonna do all this, it's because you've got a felony charge. And apparently they think that they do in this falsifying business records in the first degree when it comes to hiding the repayment of this hush money that went to Stormy Daniels. So we're gonna find out tomorrow, Francesca. There are literally expected to be at least 24, if not more, charges. It might be that there are other felonies as well. But that's one of the big ones, and we'll see if they have the capability to actually prove it.
I mean, there's so much more coming at this guy. Like, seriously, it's so funny that they choose this quote, like, show me the man and I'll show you the crime, and like the talking point and how it funnels from like Rupert Murdoch's anus down through into their little gullets, like as they have to regurgitate the line. Like, I love that so much. And also it's like, no. How about choose any crime? Look at all of the crimes. I'll show you the same guy. I'll show you one guy. We are at the point, John, and this is, again, I'm doing a little, sort of crystal ball looking into the future, where they're going to celebrate just how many crimes he was able to do. They'll be like, no one else has actually been able to do so many in such little amount of time, if you think about it. That's the kind of switcheroo they're gonna pull in. I give it yet less than a year.
Yeah. I get that you have to fill your time or whatever. You're doing a show or whatever, and most of these people, they're not the cleverest people in the world. So, hey, a quote that seems to get me out of having to think about this. Yeah, show me the man, I'll show you the crime. Yeah, but you could say that in defense of literally anyone. It doesn't, like, can we be clear? It doesn't say anything about any particular case. They think that Hunter Biden did something China. Oh yeah, show me the man and I'll show you the crime. You think that Biden did something with Ukraine? Okay, show me the man, I'll show you the. It doesn't say anything. If you're going to talk into a camera and appear to be making a case with your body language, with your intonation, with your sidebar graphics, maybe actually say something.
Just say
instead
it.
of just throwing to a historic figure to not make your case for you.
Exactly, just in case this Dominion lawsuit, just in case they get implicated, who
they don't
knows?
Want to say anything anymore.
Look, I was quoting Stalin. I just came to me.
I was just following Stalin's orders.
Yeah, what?
Anyway,
weird.
I also want to add in advance of tomorrow, obviously we're gonna be doing probably live coverage of him being brought in. It'll probably be occurring when we're on the air. He has apparently told advisors, Trump has, and associates, that he's prepared to escalate attacks against Alvin Bragg now that he's been formally charged, and remarked in a private moment that it's time to politically blank him up. You fill in the blank for yourself, America, because apparently he'd been taking it easy on Alvin Bragg up until now, with the pictures of him with a baseball bat and the references to death and destruction and constant calls to protest and all that, calling him an animal, calling him Soros funded, the anti-Semitic and racist tropes that he's been throwing around. All of that, that's kid glove stuff. Yeah. Now he's going to get brutal. And the interesting thing is, he is getting closer and closer to the time when those sorts of attacks might actually have real consequences, because once he's brought in, if he is making claims like that, if he is like lying about the actual legal process, if he's making these threatening remarks, then the judge, I would say, is under an ethical responsibility to either give him a gag order Or, and especially if he violates that, he can be held in pretrial detention. I'm not a lawyer, don't rely on me for your legal advice, but that is everything that I have read. Now that again would be a fairly unprecedented thing, but we are in unprecedented territory, and Trump is signaling that he wants to see how far he can go with this and test the judge's resolve.
I mean, I just love, also this is a year where we saw Bannon and I believe Alex Jones do that very thing. Like Alex Jones, who's like, no, I never created a meme of the judge in this case. With devil horns. And they were like, I point you to Exhibit A, the judge with devil horns. Is this not your site? And he's like, and then you get screwed for it. Yes, you have to shut the F up at some point. That's part of this whole thing.
Exactly, 100%. Or it should be. But we're gonna see. I don't at this point, I don't even want to make any predictions about tomorrow, because tomorrow could be a total nothing hamburger. It totally could be. Maybe we barely even see him. He gets out of his car, he goes in. We don't get the mug shot. There's no major protests. He doesn't say anything crazy. He listens to his lawyers. And then tomorrow basically passes with nothing. Or tomorrow could be January 6th part 2. And Marjorie Greene could be on horseback with a Trump flag wailing away at people. I don't know. But definitely stay tuned and find out together.
I say if you're in the vicinity, you go and you protest. New York, show up. You know he could have never been elected to dog catcher in that town. So go show him what New York is made of, and not in a weird Eric Adams way.
Yeah, no, definitely. Look, whether there are there protesters or not, there could easily be more counter protesters. And I understand that counter protesting in that way, you might fear that with the way that the cops are, maybe you get charged with something. But if they do that, you say to them, yeah, you show me the man and I'll show you the crime.
Are you kidding me?
Anyway.
You guys, what an exciting opportunity. You think front row seats?
I would want to be there for that. I would.
Yes.
Yeah. You don't need to fly over there. You've already done your time in New York for protesting anyway.
Oh, I know, it's true.
Yeah, show me the Francesca and I'll show you the crime.
Check out the Damage Report podcast each day, wherever you get your podcasts, whether Pocket Casts or Stitcher or iTunes. You can join me as I give you the news and stories you want, with a range of co-hosts and interview guests jumping in on the fun each day. Again, that's the Damage Report, wherever you get your podcasts. And if you get them at iTunes, don't forget to rate and review. Sometimes I'll read them live on the show.